Josh is like upwards of like 300 something. He's posted about it, about fucking how upset he is.
Dude,
how
literally,
he's gotten over
I'm 280. Actually, I was 277 when I weighed last night. 277 pounds. No shit. That's what I weighed last night. Now, that was down 4 from the beginning of the week, which is not that crit. My weight kind of fluctuates. And I think I thought he said he was like 280 or 290. I don't remember now. And he was like he was like an inch or two taller than me.
Close to 300.
He was like an inch or two taller than me, and he was basically the same weight. So I was like, he's a little bit skinnier. This motherfucker's a fat ass, though. Like, there's no doubt about it. He's a fat fuck. There's just no other way around it. Josh Moon's a fat fuck. Period.
I told, see, this is what I mean. There's opportunity where, like, Ralph could do fun things and not just be, like, a bitter sourpuss all the fucking time. But Ralph is such a sourpuss that he will reject anything fun-loving to just complain more. When he said this, I said, Ralph, I said on my forum, and of course he reads every post on the forum, I said, if you want, we can do a weight loss competition. I don't remember how much I am. I think I'm below 270 now. I've been losing weight all this year. But I said to Ralph, I said, I will bet 30 ounces of silver. And of course, I'm not going to take a bet in fiat money. I don't believe in fiat money. I don't want fiat money. I don't want fiat money anywhere near me. These are the only things. This is the only value of wealth that I will do, that I will accept this bet in. And I want 30 silver ounces. And we will have an escrow. We'll use Nick Rikita or something. And we'll both send in a piece of paper that is like a physical from like a doctor. And it'll have height and weight. Because when you go to a doctor and you get your physical done or whatever, I want height and weight signed and certified by a doctor as being true and authentic. Send that 30 pieces of silver, Nick Rikita or someone else who's not retarded. And we'll do it for however long you want. 6 months, a year, 3 months, whatever the fuck. And whoever loses the most weight, pound for pound, will get the pot. And that's not fair, because I truly believe that Ralph is about 5'4". He's probably a full head shorter than I am. So his BMI is much higher. His body fat percentage is going to be much higher. And I can tell just by looking at him. I like, if you see pictures of me, I don't have any weight on my face. And I realize I'm kind of fortunate that I don't carry a lot of weight on my face. But I can look at myself in the mirror. I can see where my fat is. I can see how my body carries it. And I just don't believe for a second that Ralph is the same height as me. His BMI has to be way higher for those kind of fucking fat jowls. It's just not possible for him to be the same height as me and have that kind of fat distribution where it's like hanging on his fucking neck like that. So I'll take the home disadvantage, because I don't think Ralph has the capability to neck. But like, again, that's like a fantasy. Like, Ralph would never accept something like that, because he's not in it to like have fun on the internet. He wants me destroyed. Pedophile killer, criminal, Josh Moon, you fucking criminal, and you will be hauled away. You will be black bagged by Interpol one day for your crimes, Josh Moon. Meanwhile, all my shit legal in the U.S., hosted in the U.S., got attorneys in the U.S., my money's in the U.S. There's nothing that I have that's outside the U.S. except my person, and that doesn't mean shit, because I live in a country that has an extradition treaty. So if there was a crime that I've committed, no issue whatsoever being extradited to the U.S. So he should just accept my offer, but he won't, because that would be too fun. And Sourpuss Ralph has to make things as not fun as humanly fucking possible. Ralph is our next story. I said last stream that Ralph had declined my weight loss challenge, and he shot back immediately saying, that goddamn pedophile Josh Moon fucking lying about me again on his fucking show. I said I'd fucking do it, motherfucker. That fucking pedophile criminal terrorist Josh Moon. I fucking told him I'd do it, and somehow that becomes I wouldn't do it. So I've been listening to him rant about me on his fucking streams and try to set up this weight loss competition. So one of my only thing is, I want this to be measured in a simple, achievable way. At the beginning of the of the competition, we'll go to a doctor, get a physician's note for our height and weight. And I want like an initial over the height and weight and something signed by a doctor or otherwise written in such a way that there's no way he's forging it. I want some level of assurance that he's not forging height and weight on that document, because that's the bet. It's 30 troy ounces of silver to Nick Ricada as escrow. He will verify the height and weight. We don't have to make the notes public. Just he independently verifies the height and weight. And then after 6 months, we do a physician's note again, and that will determine the ending height and weight. And for simplicity's sake, we're not doing BMI. We're not doing percentage of body fat loss. We're not doing percentage of weight loss. It's pounds dropped. It is just pounds dropped, pound for pound, however many pounds. If you lose 100 pounds and he loses 101 pounds, he wins. That's how it works. So you can say, like, I don't care if that's weighted in my favor or his. He thinks that it's a good deal to do it like that. I don't care if it's in his favor. I don't give a shit. I just want to keep it nice and simple. No questions, no fussing. He takes issue with me not wanting to do any videos. I've been trying to keep information about myself off, just to a minimum, basically, for obvious reasons, right? I've learned a couple lessons from watching people put needless amounts of information about themselves on the internet, so I'm trying to keep my profile as low as possible. He says that's bullshit. He puts himself out there every fucking week. Boy, you can fucking... I want one thing. If I do something, I want to be paid. And I want to be paid in pictures of Josh Moon. I want to see them little twinkle toes standing up on that scale. Socks completely optional, of course. And I want to see the Josh Moon, the flesh of the Josh Moon, in living color, boy. And that's what he wants. So it's like, okay, I guess I can do a video of me. He says a mask, COVID mask, and Trump hat are okay. So I'll probably use that opportunity to put a COVID mask and Trump hat on and do it that way. And just because I'm not accepting like a video of someone standing on a scale. It has to be a physician's note. That's the whole arrangement, right? So, if that will push him to the finish line and agree to do this, I will concede. I will do the video, just so that there's no qualms and he seems okay with my stipulations that I can anonymize myself just a little bit. People know how I look, but I don't care. I still want to do as much as possible to try and progress into my future without my face being plastered everywhere. So that's that. I think he'll probably cheat. I think I'll probably end up losing because of something really fucking gay. But I am emotionally prepared for that already. I'm not expecting anything fair. I'm not expecting his doctor's note to be an accurate reflection of reality. And I don't know what I can do to even prove that, you know? Like, if I start adding stipulations like, no, Ralph, you have to, like, have Pantsu hold a meter stick up to you and, you know, all this other shit. He's gonna, like, back out and be like, well, I don't want to do all that, so... I'm not going to add any more stipulations. If he gets a physician's note and he sends the money to Ricada, I will consider that game on for the sake of it. 6 months. 6 months is what I proposed, just offhandedly. Like, we should set a time frame, like 6 months. And he says 6 months sounds good. I'm like, okay, 6 months it is. If he wants to change that, he can contact me. But otherwise, and even if he backs out, if something happens and I get like skeeved out and say like, I'm not going to do this. I don't think he'll, you know, I think that he's doing something weird and I don't trust this. I'll probably still just continue to lose weight. I've been losing weight all year. I'm down like 20 pounds from my heaviest. So probably more than that. I think from my absolute heaviest when I was at my heaviest in Ukraine because I did nothing but fucking eat. I still walked every day pretty much, but I spent a lot of time inside and I spent a lot of time eating, and I would only leave the house to go get food. And there was a lot of good food in Ukraine. I ate Georgian food and Ukrainian food and Chinese food and pizza. There was a lot of food in Ukraine that was super cheap, like the best food ever that I've ever had in any country, for next to nothing. So I ate a lot. That's what I'm saying. I ate a lot of food in Ukraine. And then I get out, and I've been losing it by cooking more, eating more home meals. So I will just continue to do that regardless. But if Ralph wants to measure his efforts against mine, that would probably be fun for people. But yeah. Now, the elephant in the room, the pig in the room. It's time to talk about Ethan Ralph of theralphreport.com, #Killstream. I said last week I don't want to talk about Ralph anymore, but unfortunately Ralph is a fucking retard, and I'm going to have to dedicate like a third of my show every week for the rest of my fucking life to talking about him because he's such a fuck up. I hinted last week, to everybody that I had challenged Ralph to a weight loss competition. And I said that I said these things outright, that I said that would be a fun idea. It would be a fun idea, and it would have been a fun idea to have like a little weight loss competition because he says he's 280. I was 275 at the time when I weighed myself for this purpose. And I said it would be a fun thing, and he accepted, and I was like, okay. So the stipulations would have been very simple. Time frame, 6 months. Start, doctor's note, height, weight, signed by doctor. End, height, weight, signed by doctor. Most pounds lost, 30 troy ounces of silver. Nick Rikita, escrow. Very simple. Most simple, direct thing ever. But as soon as I said this, I received an email from someone claiming to be one of Ralph's classmates. And this person claimed that Ethan Ralph in 1993 killed a dog as an elementary school student, and they killed this dog by hanging them over the back of a chair with their leash. So Ralph went into the kitchen and took the leash, and because it was a small miniature dachshund, they just dragged it up off the back of the chair and asphyxiated it. So the fallout of this was obviously Ralph is like super fucking pissed, and he's flinging all this shit, and it's just like, okay, it's just how he acts constantly. But he said that he didn't want to do the weight loss competition with me, and I said that's fine because, like I mentioned in the last stream, if the dog killing stuff is true, like that kind of sours the whole fucking friendly weight loss competition atmosphere, right? Like you don't want to have a weight loss competition with someone who you think kills animals. So that was okay. But then PPP said that he wanted to do a weight loss, just like him stepping on a scale and do that and just like shame Ralph, because Ralph's not going to lose any weight because he's like a fat retard. And I said, okay, like, and I posted a picture of my scale, and I said, okay, we'll do like weigh-ins and stuff, and I'll post this. I posted a picture of it that put me at I want to say about 275. I can't remember exactly how much. It was like 124 kilograms. And then he picks this picture, and he says like, this is weak, and he's saying that I need to like post pictures of myself topless stepping on the scale. And he says, no, you don't really got to post pictures of yourself topless, just stepping on the scale. And I didn't like that, because it's just like, why would you, like, if you wanted to do like a thing where you wanted to do like a weight loss competition, I would be up for it, but don't make videos like trying to like force me to. And now he got like so weird about it and saying like, oh, you have to do it, that I really don't want to do it at all now. I'll keep people up to date on my weight loss. I've lost 20 pounds this year, and I'm going to continue to lose weight regardless of like what competition I'm involved in. I started at 275, and I weighed just this morning. I fasted yesterday because today's pizza day, and I thought I should fast before pizza. So it was a 122, and I think it's about 268 pounds, and I'm about 5'9", 5'10", around there. So if like I'll keep people up to date. Like, I've been losing weight every week. I have no issue telling people that I'm losing weight. I will continue to lose weight. I don't need advice on how to lose weight. I'm already losing weight at a healthy pace. I'm satisfied with my weight loss. I'm satisfied with how I'm losing weight. I really don't need extra motivation. I don't need extra information. Everything is exactly as I'm happy with it. And I'm really, and I don't want to, like, the whole thing, like, oh, you should step on a scale Like that's not asking too much. Stepping on a scale isn't asking too much. Well, you have to kind of consider like what that means from me. If I go out to my balcony right now and I say like, okay, here's my pigeon, here's my banana pepper, here's my scale, and then I step on the scale. If I do that every week and then suddenly I move somewhere, like if I move to like Albania, and like people will be able to look at the video record of me doing my weigh-ins and say, "Oh, Josh, we think that Josh might have moved here, but we would only know that if that's true, if we had some sort of proof that he moved at around this time." And then they could just look at the video record of this weight loss competition and say that, "Oh, he did. His scale, his weighing environment changed between these 2 weeks, so he must have moved between this." And it's just like, I have people who legitimately want to fucking kill me. Not just Ralph, but like people who try to find out where I live so they can send mail to my neighbors and call me a pedophile. So I have to try to explain something to someone in Serbian about, oh, you see, actually, you guys, I'm not what we call a pedophile. That was from Blockland like 15 years ago. And I'm actually the admin of a based website. And I hate the Pidori just like you base Slavs. So this is actually a Jewish trick from the far left back in the United States. And like that's fucking gay. That's fucking retarded. Like I'm not gonna, like, it's not worth it. To do what? To own some fucking like fat people on the internet? You know what I mean? Like I don't give a shit. And the sad thing is, especially now, I can't do it. I just can't. I can't compromise. I can't say, okay, well, we'll do this thing with PPP. That sounds fun. I like PPP, but because he's tried to force me to do it, if I do it now, all I'm telling people is, oh, if you want something from me, just be bombastic. Just be an asshole about it, and I'll fucking do whatever you want, because I'm easily goaded into doing things I'm not comfortable with. Like, I could have figured out a way to like, I could have put it in like a box or something, or on something hard, so that I could step on it reasonably and keep that consistent between locations. And what sucks is I would like to do that because I had a fun idea. PPP is like 380 pounds. I'm 275 when I started. And I want to lose about 100 pounds, and PPP needs to lose about 180 pounds. Well, guess how much Ralph weighs? He weighs exactly 280 pounds. If we both hit our goal weight, we would have lost one Ralph. And that's fucking funny. And it would have been great to like do it over a year so that, it's not unhealthy. You don't feel like tempted to do things that are bad for you or unsustainable long term. And we could look at this in like a year and say, like, look, we lost one Ralph. We lost an entire Gunt. We lost one metric Gunt between the two of us. But like, because he's being a fucking dickhead about it, I really don't want to, and I don't want to like compromise, because it's a bad sign to say, like, look, if you want something from Joshua Moon, the owner of the Kiwi Farms, all you got to do is make videos and be an asshole about it, and he'll bend over to what you want to do. So, like, I'm sorry. I really like PPP, and I really wish he hadn't have gone about it this way, because I would have loved to do that in a different context. But now it's like, nah, I'm just not feeling it. This ain't it, Chief. I'll update people on my weight loss, and if PPP wants to do the same, he can, and hopefully we'll both reach a healthier weight. But I'm not gonna do it like with videos and shit. I'm just not gonna do it. I think I have the wrong read with this one. I don't care. I've made my mind up, and I can't say like, oh, never mind. Now that people have made fun of me in my chat, I have to change my mind. Like, I'm sticking to it. Sorry. No going back now. I've picked my road. If that makes me a cuck incel pedophile, it's too bad. I'm taking the L. I've lost.